The House That Listens, Part 1, The Return. When Eleanor came back to her grandmother's farmhouse, the birches lining the dirt road bowed slightly in the wind, as if greeting her, or warning her. The house waited at the end of the road, tall and narrow, the color of stale parchment. The roof sagged in the middle like a tired spine. Its windows, filmed with dust, reflected no light, only her. She hadn't been back in 15 years, not since the funeral. The will had been simple. The property passes to my granddaughter, Eleanor Lee, upon my death. Do not sell it. Keep it closed when it's quiet. Never sleep with the windows open. It was an odd will, but her grandmother had been an odd woman, a quiet woman. Inside, the air smelled faintly of cedar, candle wax, and old tea. Eleanor set down her bags, whispering to herself, "It's just a house." The floor creaked beneath her, a long, low groan, like someone exhaling under the floorboards. She froze, then laughed. "You're imagining things already." But that night, lying awake in her grandmother's old bed, she heard it again. A faint whispering, too soft to make out, not from outside, but from inside the walls. In the morning, she walked the property, trying to shake off the unease. Behind the barn, she found the old well her grandmother had sealed years ago, the stones packed tight with mortar. Someone had scratched a symbol into the capstone, a small spiral surrounded by tiny, careful marks that looked like letters, though not in any language Eleanor knew. When she went back inside, she found something strange waiting in the kitchen. A teacup. It wasn't there before. Steam rose from it. On the rim was a faint smudge of lipstick, her grandmother's shade, that peculiar rose color she hadn't worn in decades. Eleanor backed away so fast she hit the table. The teacup trembled, but didn't fall. Something was watching. Not a presence exactly. More like the air itself had grown aware. When she breathed, she could feel the house breathing with her. That night, the whispering returned, joined by soft tapping. Slow, deliberate. A rhythm almost like speech. She sat up in bed whispering, "Grandma?" The tapping stopped. Then came the reply, faint, cracked with age, and unmistakably human. "Ellie." Her grandmother's voice. The words trembled through the boards beneath her bed, traveling up the walls. "You shouldn't have come back." Eleanor found the journal 2 days later. It was hidden behind the plaster in the pantry wall, wrapped in layers of linen and sealed with wax. The first pages were ordinary enough. Notes about canning fruit, stitching quilts, and visits from the pastor. But as the entries went on, they changed. The voice in the walls knows me now. It listens when I pray. I cannot let it go hungry. The handwriting grew erratic toward the end. Words pressed so hard into the paper that they tore through. One entry, near the back, simply read, "The house is fed by memory. Do not speak its name." Eleanor flipped to the last page. Written in a trembling hand, If it ever wakes up again, seal the mouth beneath the stairs. She stared at the words, then at the wooden steps just beyond the kitchen door, the ones leading to the cellar. There was a hollow space beneath them. That night, she dreamed of her grandmother sitting in the rocking chair by the window, humming a song that didn't exist. The walls around her pulsed faintly, in rhythm with the melody. When the old woman looked up, her eyes were entirely white. Eleanor woke to the sound of someone humming downstairs. She crept out of bed, every board groaning underfoot. The humming grew louder and richer, like multiple voices humming the same tune at once. When she reached the bottom step, she saw the rocking chair moving, back and forth, empty. The air smelled of cedar and old smoke, her grandmother's scent. The floorboard beneath the chair bulged upward just slightly, like something was breathing under it. Eleanor took a step closer, and the chair stopped. Silence. Then, from directly beneath her feet, a long, low whisper that rose like a sigh through the cracks. Feed us. In the morning, Eleanor found a new symbol drawn on the wall near the staircase, the same spiral from the well, marked in something dark and sticky. When she touched it, the wood pulsed warm beneath her fingertips. She called Mr. Harlan, the neighbor who used to help her grandmother. He arrived with his hat in his hands and didn't step past the porch. You found her book, didn't you? He asked quietly. Eleanor's throat tightened. What is this? What did she do here? He looked at her for a long time. Your grandma made a bargain after your grandfather died. She said the house heard her crying, and the voice in the walls answered. Said it could take the grief away if she fed it something else. What did she feed it? Harlan's eyes went flat. You. Eleanor froze. What do you mean, me? She gave it your voice when you were a baby. Said you'd never remember. And you didn't, did you? You used to hum to yourself before you could talk. Said the house taught you how. We told her to stop, but she couldn't. Every word she spoke kept it calm. That's why she never left. He turned to go. Keep it quiet, Miss Lee. If it starts listening again, don't speak to it. Don't even think too loud. When he was gone, Eleanor locked every door and window. But that night, when she tried not to speak, the silence swelled like a living thing. The walls began to hum again. Then came her grandma's voice. Not outside, not in her head, but from inside her own throat. You can't keep it hungry forever.